Greetings and welcome to the Out of Noise podcast with your hosts Stella B and
Nat Nye.
Yeah, let me just get comfortable. Let's move this little cat. Okay. Welcome. We're here to just
bring our peace
to the mic. This is attached to episode 7.
Yeah, it's part 2 of episode 7, where we were talking, or the last thing we spoke about was Balenciaga and then Adidas and the formation of these fashion labels, and that we encourage our listeners, our family, to do some and encourage others. So everyone encourage each other to do some serious vetting into these fashion labels, because there's clearly more than that what meets the eye.
There really is. It's quite dark what's been happening. So last episode, or last part 1 of episode 7, we addressed the very dark news and trending subject of Balenciaga having an ad that was very more than inappropriate. It was very sick and twisted, and it's been going on for a while. They've been doing these kind of themes that kind of are related to child pornography, essentially. Like, that's what it is. And they had an ad campaign with Adidas. So we also talked about the fact that Adidas has a very dark history as well. It's founded by a former Nazi. And we were just talking about the fact that when we think of Adidas, we think of Run DMC. That was what we grew up thinking of. It's like when you now check that what we found out recently, that Pharrell is going to be doing a new campaign with Adidas, that would be the next generation's wiping out of that memory. Is that kind of repetitious stuff that they've been doing, because I'm sure there was a point where that information came out before.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I knew about this years and years ago. I think Russell Brand also mentioned it on when he was doing the Choose. He was doing the Choose then. But nevertheless, yeah, this would have been known. This would have been known decades ago. This would have been known. But yeah, as we were saying in the last podcast, Run DMC and you know, celebrated celebrities are used essentially to clean that record, to clean that history. So your association with them is with these celebrities and good campaigns that are deemed as positive.
That's right. I mean, even with De Beers, I have a De Beers line in my Beauty Wears Many Masks poetry, because De Beers is one of those colonizers company that came into Africa to steal all of the diamonds, essentially take ownership over the production of diamonds that were made popularized by, you know, Hollywood. And recently Lupita Nyong'o has been signed up as an advocate, a patron of
a brand ambassador
of De Beers, again, and to represent women and all this kind of nice, you know, this is what we're going to do. But have they actually apologized or recognized the damage that they've been doing for centuries? And have they been giving to the locals? You know, have they been putting things in place for the people that live on that land? No, is the answer. So it's a catch-22.
You know who the founder of De Beers is, right?
It's Cecil Rhodes. So the history is there. Recently, people were commanding that his statue be taken down, both here and in South Africa, which is ridiculous that it's even still up there. He is apparently buried in a sacred space where actual is it priests of the time, or not priests? Isn't
high
the word?
priests,
high
yeah.
priests of the African high priests are buried, he is buried there. It's like there's a lot of stuff to unpack, and we're talking about brands here, but the reason why these things are coming up is because this is the association, this is what all this stuff is attached to. And this is the learning that is important for people to know when they want to endorse, by buying, by even singing about, because, you know, us as Black people, the creatives, the artists, the visual artists, the trendsetters, the culture setters, we often become brand ambassadors for these things, these entities who have very dark interests and very dark past and very dark futures. They, even if they cover it up by having all these representatives, they are still pumping this money into eugenics, into things that is about destroying Africa, essentially, raping the land more and more and more for their own purpose and their own needs.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we're just saying that basically, if you are going to do a deal, then at least do a deal that requires some sort of reparatory justice, because it's not just the nations that have committed crimes against our people, it's also these corporations that formed in the midst and in the terror of our people, and then they've not been held culpable for what they've historically done and benefited and prospered from till date. From then till now, they have not been held accountable from it.
There's no sorry. There's no like, okay, we acknowledge this past. Here is a forever plaque to say that we acknowledge what we've done. We acknowledge the evil of what we've done. Here's this forever plaque to say that from now and forever ever, we will pump 90% of our gains back into the land and the people of the land, you know, because they need it. You know, how are people living in generational wealth off the back of, you know, essentially modern day slavery now, like today, raping of the land, you know, all of this stuff. And when you hear about Africa, you're not thinking about how rich and glorious it is. Even when you think of Wakanda forever, you're thinking of a fictional place. You're not actually thinking of a place that exists within Africa, yet so much minerals comes from there. The fact that I'm able to record this microphone, the systems that we're using, the phone that's recording us, it is all because of Africa, because of Congo, because of the minerals that are coming from these places. So yeah, the brands, like Balenciaga are still trending. It is being hidden. The reporting is terrible. They're really lessening what they've done. They're really like, oh, this mistake. It's like, mistake or no, like, which is not accepted. We can't be talking, oh, their stuff is ugly. Like I saw on The View, the four ladies talking about it. And the Black lady was on there saying, oh, more than over and above what they were doing with the teddy bears and all of that kind of stuff, how ugly are the bags? Like, talk about lessening the programming, man. Like, no, that is not the main focus, honey. Like, what? And the other lady, the first lady, was like, oh yeah, the LGBTQ trans community, this, that. And it's like, that is not the point. I don't know where that information is coming. Like, why is this being steered in a completely different angle? This is about the children, and this is about what the hell about Balenciaga doing, having those images in the first place. Like, it's quite clear that they're promoting something that's very, very wrong, and that's it, full stop. Any other person is being cancelled, destroyed. Like, that's
as
it.
As they should. Like, Balenciaga shouldn't exist, full stop. I said that last time around. They shouldn't exist. And yeah, as you're saying, when it comes to the mainstream media reporting, these people are sick. And this is the thing, what, like I was saying to Stella, and I'm happy to say this, on a public arena, even if at the moment it is like 50 views or whatnot, but even if it was 50 million views, and when we do get there, I will still say the same thing. I do not care. Yeah, I'll say this straight. I do not care if it is under any kind of circumstance where people feel forced to say something or whatnot because they're afraid of their careers, or worse, they're afraid of... I don't care about that stuff. I literally do not care. When it comes to children, if you do not have any bit of semblance of courage within you to speak up against power on a big platform, then you better just disappear. Like, just retire and don't ever be seen again. That's how I feel about the matter, because when it comes to children, that's not something that we should allow to slide in any way, shape or form.
It's true.
So when it's all said and done, I have no, like, literally no sympathy for or empathy. I don't have no feeling against anyone who's trying to lessen pedophilia.
That's right. So Kim K took like a week before she responded. Okay, some people might have missed this somehow. Okay, I saw on Jess Hilarious, who I love, a comedian who I love, she put her Thanksgiving skit up. Yeah, so an old one from last year, but she repeated it because obviously content making every single day of your life is freaking hard, and she is a hard worker. Shout out to Jess Hilarious, yeah. But she went and promoted the bag through that clip. It was like, if she had been aware, or if she was aware and didn't care, or I don't know. But to me, this is the problems with the bubbles of the social media. This is like, you can be on Twitter, you can be anywhere, and you can think you are posting and it's getting through to a whole bunch of different people. But actually, you're just in an echo chamber. Worse than that, they just can shadow ban you in the first place. However, all over TikTok, all over, even on some of the news, Fox News broke it first, I think. That's where I first saw it. Yeah. Okay, it's been around. T.I. was like, oh, I need to look further into this. But then he did this other thing, which I was like, big up. He was like, basically, because Kanye has been calling out people to say, look at all these silent people, right? And he, I'm not backing Kanye. It's not about Kanye. It's about what he is saying about it. Okay, it's not like I don't back Candace Owens at all, like that at all. Or Kanye. But if they're speaking out against it and they're making key points that, okay, where are you celebrities when you want to talk about the Jews and all of this kind of stuff? Yeah, you're there to speak. But when it comes to, okay, Balenciaga, because Kim K has a deal with them, obviously. That was why she waited like 4 days before she actually opened her mouth to say anything and say like, okay, yeah. And even when she did, guess what? Oh, I'm going to give them an opportunity to explain themselves. Like, oh, no, Kim, like, what the, like, how do people have to educate you? Someone said on Twitter, clearly, she's so disattached from the reality of abuse and all of this kind of stuff happening. And then someone else said, oh, well, if you've got the kind of mum that is going to push you to release your porn tape, well, whatever, I'm not even, that's Twitter for you. But Kim, like, nah, like, come on.
It's not even a thing of like detached and like I'm saying, these people are cold, man. That's why how I feel about it. It's cold. It's just pure cold-hearted. That's how I see it. Kim Kardashian as a brand deal with Balenciaga, and in her statement of her feeling disgusted, she's given them. She said she appreciates that they've made an apology, and that basically, if they do right, or act in a way that she sees fit, then she'll continue to work with them. So that means that her priorities is kept in check, which is keeping or maintaining the business deal that she's got going. I can only describe that as cold-hearted. That is what it is. And yeah, with the celebrities out there that are not saying anything, I just, what? Better than not say anything than say something and which means that they lessen the degree as to which this should be treated. The bottom line is this: Balenciaga, for that, should not exist. They crossed the line. When you cross the line like that, you should not exist. And what this should be a wake-up call to is that we should place these type of celebrities, pretty much all of them, in a place. Just place them. At best, they haven't got much power. At best, they haven't got much power. Worse, well, they condone some of this behavior and they're in the mix of it. But at the very best, they ain't got no power. That, like, it's hard for me to really pick out any of them who is consistent on talking on a certain level, consistently talking out against certain things, or consistently fighting out against certain things. And you have to question and wonder why.
So it's a lot. It's deep. It's disgusting. And so we just wanted to close that chapter on that subject. I mean, if it comes up again, if anything further, we wanted to bring the piece to the mic, and any further information to do with what's actually been happening, then we'll obviously talk about it. But yeah, we just bring a close to that. Check out your brands. So this top, okay, look, NASA. Okay. Yes, dark history with NASA, because again, guys, did you know, people might know this one, that after the Second World War, a lot of the people that were members of the SAS soldiers,
Nazis,
the Nazis, went off and created NASA. Yeah. This shit is intergalactic. Intergalactic. Yeah, this evil stuff goes deep, right? So I bought this because it was £3 in Primark. Yeah, I bought it, and I've just changed what NASA represents. Okay, obviously we're into intergalactic stuff.
What does it represent? What are you saying? What does it now represent?
Okay, so it's New Age, Space, African.
I like it.
Yeah, New Age, Space, African.
Just needs a different logo, and we've got it.
Because I love look, we're poets, we're people of extraterrestrial substance. Yeah, so I like the space connotation. I need to change the meaning of this top. Plus, it was £3, and I like the lime color. But I just wanted to use this opportunity to say this is why I don't wear these things, because there's often a deep and dark past. Okay, so I was just making a point of that. But I do want to change it up. I do actually want to really, really properly remix. And maybe one day I'll share it on here. That's my creative side.
And they will be joyful to see it.
So yeah,
there's a lot. There's many corporations who've got that basically were founded upon blood, literally. The Nazis were a lot of them were, after the Second World War was conscribed to NASA. They were conscribed to nations like Argentina, for example. So the rebuilding of certain countries, or the advancement of certain countries in particular ways, had the involvement of people that did commit heinous crimes against humanity, essentially. But there's such a big hypocrisy in today's world that hides that aspect of it, and just focuses on one particular group of people. So it's just like the Germans, at that particular time, the Germans is the bad people, that's it, full stop, whatnot. But then no question of as to why the good guys, United States of America, for example, would employ those same bad guys to work for their, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, explorers of space in the world. Like, why would you do that if you so care about humanity? That doesn't make any sense. And so with regards to what I was also going to say, which flew out of my head but I caught it, is the way we have been treated as people of African descent. The way we've been treated as people of African descent has actually been worse. This is something to mention, right? Shout out to Black Poppy.
And we are back. And you were saying about Black Poppy Rose.
Yeah, big up Black Poppy Rose, because Selena Carti of Black Poppy Rose has been doing the works for several years. So big up to her. And basically just revealing that the contribution of Africans globally in terms of or beyond borders, in terms of our contribution to the First and Second World War. And that we mentioned, or Stella mentioned about the NASA and how NASA employed former Nazi scientists to join the forces, some becoming director and all kinds of madness. Yeah. Is this evidence that these Germans who were fighting against, they were the enemy in both world wars, essentially, were treated better than the Africans who fought on the side of the United States. So the United States is still practicing gross levels of racism as a nation towards African people. These same African people fought on the side of the United States, yet it is their enemy in the aftermath of the war that then joins in high esteem positions in one of their national iconic institutions. That's the levels of disrespect that we get treated by. Same thing here in the UK. Same thing. We suffer gross levels of racism. The quote unquote Windrush generation suffered gross levels of racism despite fighting on behalf of this country, and then coming over to this country to build it up. They are then treated worse than the Germans who were fought against. So, the levels cannot be understated, really.
No, and you know what? It's big up and shout out to Selena Carty, the creator of the Black Poppy Rose, which in honor of the African soldiers, black soldiers, Caribbean soldiers that you were addressing, on the 11th of November, which is Remembrance Day officially, people can buy and support those soldiers who haven't been supported financially or otherwise by purchasing the Black Poppy Rose. So that's a little bit of some information for you in regards to how you can support those people who have been treated so badly, who fought for people who don't care about them. But yeah, we're gonna end there.
Yeah.
So just want to say thank you so much for tuning in.
Like, comment, subscribe, and share.
And yeah, shout out to our subscribers already who are part of
early ones.
These early ones, man. You are here for us now, like watching all of the the rudimentary stuff.
Yeah, we don't have to. Like, you're glad to be early. Trust me.
Yeah. Shout, big up. We really respect and rate you. And
we do.
But we ask for more further help
You're
by.
Gonna be very happy. Yeah, when we get to a certain spot. Trust me. So it's good that you're early.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, just thank you for supporting us early. Do share this video. It's about the content as well as, the fact that, yes, it was rudimentary. Yes, we could have better mics. Yes, we could have this, that, and we will do. But for now, listen to the value that we bring. The energy is positive. We are bringing peace to the mic, and we have intentions of bringing enlightenment, sharing knowledge.
We are bringing enlightenment. Look, this is what I want to say, yeah? Listen, there's not enough people that like Stella B and myself, because I want authority on this. I just want to say it with a certain verve, okay? And basically, I'm not looking to overshadow you or anything like that. I'm just saying, basically, there's not enough people talking on real things. There are examples of people talking about real things, but when we're talking about celebrities, and a lot of people look to celebrities to represent, they look to celebrities, or why are they not saying anything? I'm saying that they're not saying anything because either they condone what is being done, or they feel powerless. So leave it to the powerful to talk about it, but the powerful need the support. That's all. So above all and everything else, what we are here to do on Out of Noise podcast is to deliver the truth. That is what we are, from how we see it, from our perspective. We're not here to spin anything. We're not here to twist up anything. We just want to say it how it is from our perspective, the realities of this world. At the moment, we're talking about trending topics, and we're delivering this as truthful from how we, as we possibly can, from how we see it. This is a stark difference to those who try to lessen the wicked acts, essentially, or this is a stark difference between those who refuse to even talk on the matter. So be it what it is right now, I'm proud of us doing it in the way that we've got to do it, because sometimes the truth has to come out, how the truth has to come out, and better it come out in the way we're delivering it than people having big major a huge production behind what they're doing, and what they're doing with it is to either distract or spin away from the truth.
Yeah, so definitely. So yeah, shout out, I've been Stella B, and this is Nat Nye, and we will see you next time on Out of Noise. Big up, peace.